I decided to ask you all for questions on Twitter and Instagram about my job. My husband and I run a company called Closet Champion that makes primarily lucha masks now, but has made pro wrestling gear for people all over the world for the past 4 years. I'm just gonna go right into it with a question I got on Twitter, actually from Tia the Bard. Tia asked, how did you get started with it? How long have you been into wrestling? My mom says I was born with a needle in my hand. I started embroidering when I was quite small under her instruction and through the instruction of like American Girl books. I started making clothes when I was around 10 or 11. I used to sell sewing machines. I worked at a bridal shop. I was one of the costumers for the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. I never went to school for it. My mom didn't go to school for it. I'm taught by my mother and YouTube and Craftster.org tutorials, really. So I've been sewing my whole life, but wrestling didn't come into my life until I was about 18. I'm gonna tell you more about the sort of inciting incident for my path. This show and this experience deserves its own video. My first show in Detroit was Squared Circle Review, and it was a burlesque wrestling show, and I played music on that show. And my husband was performing wrestling on the show, and I had never really been into wrestling, but basically I went to that show, I saw what independent wrestling was, and I was like, this is different, this is a different thing. Didn't know that it could look like this. My husband is a high-flying luchador performer. He really pulled out all the stops that night, and I was just dumbfounded by the athleticism and the storytelling. I had no idea what I was missing. Honestly, what began my personal love for wrestling was Botchamania. I loved Botchamania. I loved wrestling being able to sort of make fun of itself in this way, and the fans being able to make fun of it, because it made it so much more approachable. When I started dating my husband, I ended up going to independent wrestling shows all the time, specifically Chikara, and I started to really fall in love with the grand theatrical aspects of wrestling. The thing that really draws me to it is that it's everybody in the show, like everybody in wrestling, including the fans, is playing a game of improv. Like we're all sort of yes-anding each other about whatever is happening. Yeah, that's how I got into it. I was sewing my whole life, and then I married a wrestler, and my wrestler needed things, so I made him stuff. And then eventually other people started asking me to make things too, and I started making them things too. That's how I got into it. I started sewing wrestling gear around 2013. Next question. The Podcast About Nothing asks, what's the most expensive material you use or have used? The most expensive material I've ever used is probably not what you would think it is. Most of the materials I work with are between $8 and $20 a yard. Realistically, wrestling gear is not meant to last forever. There will be a time when you have to retire it if you want those high metallic finishes. And if people are gonna have to just get the same thing in 6 months or whatever, I try not to use too expensive materials. But the most expensive material I've ever used was a custom printed spandex for a company that asked me to make wrestling gear for one of their corporate events. Next question is, it's from Ghost Von Dracula. Are your creations mostly made by sewing machine, or is hand stitching a larger aspect? Most of my work is made by sewing machine. I do some rare hand sewing on occasion when I'm attaching a button and whatnot. Sewing spandex has a lot of different aspects to it, so whilst I may not be sewing things physically by hand, my brain and my body are constantly working when I'm making wrestling gear, because spandex changes shape every time you touch a sewing machine to it. Spandex isn't just knowing how to work with the material, which changes based on dye lot and type of metallic coating. It's also understanding your machine and what your machine might need in order to make the process easier. Does your tension need to be adjusted? Does your presser foot pressure need to be adjusted? Would changing the stitch width and length make this particular project easier? Is the bobbin case on the proper tension? A lot of different things that you have to kind of think of while you're using the machine. It's not just, oh, I cut out the pieces and I put the fabric through the machine. Sometimes when I sew with regular non-stretch materials, it feels like going on vacation. It's the closest thing to a vacation I'll ever get. I'm working until I die. A more specific question came from referee Larry Peace. What went into the thought process for Riley Shepard's gear? I love her ring attire. Thank you so much, Larry. For those of you who don't know, Riley is an independent wrestler based locally in this area, and she came to me and asked for elven armor, and I said this is what I was meant to make, and I made her some elven armor. Literally, she sent me one reference image, a cosplay of a character that I didn't recognize, and she said I want something like this to wear under my leather ring gear. So I said, okay, I'll make you something that fits under that leather ring gear but will look good on its own. So yeah, that was the thought process. I wanted to make cool gear for a nice lady. There are 3 questions on Instagram that are kind of the same question, which is, what's the best costume you've ever made? What's your favorite gear you've made so far? And what's your favorite thing to make? I'm gonna kind of keep these all in the same. So my favorite thing to make is probably boot wings. That's really like my passion project is like my fairy costume stuff. I like any kind of like fairy fantasy project that people allow me to work on, like any kind of big crazy coat, or I like big weird projects. But I also like little easy to complete projects like boot wings, where I'm like, okay, I just make this one thing in this one way. And what's the best costume I've ever made / my favorite gear that I've made so far? I think the best costume I've ever made is the gear I made for Princess Kimberly when she won the Chikara Grand Championship at the end of 2015. She really allowed me to play with the design, and I think that she looks exactly like what she's supposed to. She looks like a wrestling princess. And then to have that moment be so publicized was really awesome, because that gear got in Rolling Stone and got all sorts of press coverage. That's probably my favorite set of gear that I've ever made. The last question is, did you have all the skills you needed from your experience with costumes, or were there new things to learn? There was a lot to learn when it came to wrestling. I had to learn how to fit men's bodies. I had to learn how to work with stretch materials. I had to learn how to work with foam and vinyl. They were not things necessarily that I had done before. Really, wrestling gear kind of dragged me kicking and screaming into it. I said I was never gonna make wrestling gear ever again the first time I made it. Obviously, I run a wrestling gear business now, so like there was a turning point. As my mom likes to say, I come from the done is good school of costuming, and I just brought that into wrestling gear with me, and I figured as long as I get it done and it works, then it's fine, and if it doesn't work, then I'll come up with something new. So far, there are very few projects that have completely stumped me. My husband and I worked really hard to cobble together this life that we have, and we kind of fill in the spaces of each other's gaps in knowledge when it comes to the business. He helps me know more about the wrestling side, and I help him know more about the sewing side. And with that combined knowledge, we've able to build this thing. I had to learn a lot in order to get here, and I'm still learning more every day, but you know, I'm surviving. That's crazy. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I had such a good time answering your questions. Feel free to ask me questions whenever. They may inspire a future video or end up in a Q&A just like this.
Now, fell in love with a girl. Fell in love once and almost completely. She's in love with the world. Sometimes these feelings can be so misleading. She turns and says, "Are you alright?" I said, "I must be fine, 'cause my heart's still beating." Come and kiss me by the riverside. Yeah, I'm bugging, said it's fine, don't consider it cheating now.
Are you ready, Moxie?
She's in love with the world. Sometimes these feelings can be
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Where is my skin?
Brittle hearts and broken bones, chains that rattle, winds that moan, down you go. Heave ho, brittle hearts and broken bones, chains that rattle, winds that moan, down you go.
Hey! Gotta take care of the whole fam here. I'm trying to make sure everybody, gets a chance. So, I am streaming all over the place right now. I'm streaming on YouTube. I'm streaming on Twitch. I'm streaming on Instagram Live. Not for very long, Instagram Live. You better get over to twitch.tv/KateNix because you're missing out, or honestly. But you can say hi, everybody. Look, you can say hi to the stream because you're on the stream if you're on Instagram Live. And I am also streaming on the hellish nightmare world that is Facebook.com. Don't get used to it. You won't be able to find this page once the stream is over. So if you're enjoying the stream on Facebook.com, please use any other website, YouTube, Twitch, please. If we don't use Facebook's competitors, they will not ever change. So please leave that nightmare world and go to youtube.com/KateNix if you're not comfortable using Twitch. Or if you do want to charge face first into the digital age, head over to twitch.tv/KateNix where you can subscribe to my channel for free if you have Amazon Prime. I'm going to see if I can open the chat on my phone here. I believe that I can. Just so I can see what everybody's saying. I think I might have to turn something off, maybe, but we'll see. It looks like the gang's all here. Trying to make sure I don't... I think I might have hit something before I started the stream. I'm afraid that I may have jostled one of my devices. So let us boop. Let us charge head first into Lullaby Lounge, in one of those, in a gentle way. Tonight, we are taking it moderately easy. I wore my contacts, which is like maximum effort for me. If this is too much, if you can hear too much of me, if you're not hearing what you'd like, let a girl know if things are too loud or too quiet. And we can I'll try and adjust. I do have a separate microphone here. So if you need anything, if you need something that you think I can help with, let a girl know. Today I'm going to be playing my classics, as it were. Either songs I've been covering for a very long time or songs that I just feel like I know very well. And we're going to start with a song off of my last record, Sage and Silver Bullets. If you don't already, head over to Spotify and search my name, Kate Nix, to listen to my last record, Sage and Silver Bullets, on Spotify. You can find the song I'm about to play there. But I just realized that I just went straight into it and I didn't introduce myself. I'm sorry to mislead you in such a way. Hi, my name is Kate Nix. I am a musician, maker, fairy, and feminist from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Every week I come here to twitch.tv/Kate Nix and I perform an hour-ish long set list of music for you to hang out to, relax to. Sometimes it's not that relaxing. Sometimes it's a little bit, it can it's a little bit more like warrior stuff, a little bit more intense. But tonight I'm trying to keep it fairly easy with just a little bit of intensity. And I need to change the battery settings on my phone so that stays open so I can see what you're saying to me. Boop, display and brightness. Thank you so much. Auto lock. Never. Hey, Jeff Stormer is here. Dope. Good to see you, Jeff. That's what I do. I am married to professional wrestler Ophidian the Cobra, who some of you may have found me through him. I do music for his wrestling stuff. I've made music for Chikara. I have just been making music of all sorts of genres for about 15 years now. Almost 16 soon, as I'm going to be 30 this year. So if you like, angry girl music of the indie rock persuasion, then make sure to check out my music wherever you listen to songs, but ideally through Spotify, because that is the way that I can see the metrics the best. I feel like Spotify has the best reporting system, so I actually get to see when y'all are listening to stuff. So, hey, hello, Chris Mason. I'm glad to see what are you doing in South Carolina? But it is time for our first song. It was predicted by my mother's eyes, with tears that wander down her face, that my psyche would be volatile, with several parts misplaced. The section bent for direction never developed fully. Now ribbons tied to my cortexes find new places to pull me. I say I'm not losing my mind because it's running free. It's traveled long and lonesome hours to get away from me. It sits in an unsealed up on some official's desk. Happy in its unhappiness, but finally at rest. So here I sit without a conscience, though I have never been at peace. Not technically conscious, but cognitive at least. I say I'm not losing my mind because it took a train through North Carolina and New Orleans to find itself new names. This addiction that I have is not to any substance. No nicotine can sway me, no alcohol can numb it. I don't adore heroin, I don't fancy cocaine. I'm in love to my very core with causing myself pain. I say I'm not losing my mind, but we know that's a lie. It traveled long and lonesome hours to find somewhere to die, like a cat curled in a corner beneath the basement stairs, to breathe its final breath alone, so you don't have to care. Peaceful in its death alone, with no one left to care. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I mean, you were there at the beginning, so you would know. There's a special person from my past who's in the chat tonight. He actually subscribed, so thank you for the subscription on Twitch. I do appreciate it. You've come a long way from telling me that my friends only said they liked my music because they liked me. Turns out I'm legitimately talented. Well, legitimately skilled. Ooh, I might not be able to play this song. I was planning to, I kind of have to play this as quickly as possible because my fingers are cold and they're gonna freeze up. So forgive whatever this hand is about to do, because I don't know if you saw that move that my pinky just made, but hypermobility is in fact a bitch, and I'm doing the best I can. If you're just joining us, thank you so much. My name is Kate Nix. I am a social justice bard, bisexual ex-stripper, and feral fairy feminist. You can find all of my work at katenix.com, but if you want to buy my music direct from the source, you can head over to katenix.com/music and get my entire discography on Bandcamp for under $20. That's like 100 songs. So I feel like it's a pretty good deal. It's way less than you'd be able to get them on any other streaming platform, and most of the funds go directly to me. So there's no distributor or label or anything in between you buying the music and me getting the money for the music. So I'm gonna move on. My hands are very cold and they're doing a thing. So you know what? Let's try and warm them up a minute. Let's try and warm them up. See if that helps anything. I'm just gonna jerk off my leg over here. Before I keep going, how's everyone's day? How's everyone enjoying their Wednesday? I accidentally fell asleep this afternoon. I had kind of a bad pain day yesterday. For those of you who don't know, I experience hella chronic pain, and yesterday was one of the worst days I've had in a while. If you are enjoying the stream so far, make sure you share that shit. The more people that are here, the more people that hear my music, the better things go for me. So even if you cannot support me financially by either subscribing on Twitch or being on Patreon or what have you, sharing my stream and sharing my work on a regular basis is genuinely just as effective. It's just as helpful. And honestly, the hardest part of being an independent artist is getting people to listen to you in the first place. So if you've chosen to listen to my music tonight, thank you for taking a chance and putting your time in my hands. I am honored by the fact that you give me the ability to help decorate some of your time. And I'm super grateful that you would join me here. So I do legitimately want to hear how your day has gone so far. How's your week gone? Was it a weird Wednesday? Did you do anything cool? Was work good or bad? What do you do for work? What was your like hardest task you had to do at work today? Mel, I put my Twitch link in like every Instagram story. I'm a little concerned at the fact that you haven't found me until now, considering that all you had to do was go to the link that was in my Instagram story, considering you're a very intelligent woman. What happened? What happened in the interim? Where did the middle go? Congrats, Holly, for finally doing the grocery shopping. And the kids are watching the 1993 Mario movie now. I haven't seen the 1993 Mario movie, but I have seen a considerable amount of video essays about the Mario movie. Well, Bruiser, I'm glad you're here with us tonight. Sushi is often necessary, Sandra. So, especially because Meyer sushi is actually pretty good. I remember it being suspiciously good when I lived in the Midwest. Oh no, Ella, the plague. Apple cider vinegar. Lots of vitamin C. Make sure you don't drink a ton of tea because it actually dehydrates you. Make sure you're drinking water with stuff like honey and lemon in it. This song is off my third record, but I'm considering re-recording it because I like it quite a lot, and I feel like I didn't have the ability to record it at the skill level that I think the song deserves. I'm watching you. See, I strip from your unlit cigarette. It must have been a lie. A little fucking heater. Can you not be my backup right now? I will turn you off. If I turn you off, will you shut the fuck up? Kind of. Not really. Can you guys hear that? I hope the ticking isn't too overwhelming because it's overwhelming here. Watching you. See, I strip from your unlit cigarette. It must have been a lie. A little trick of the eyes. Much like all the moves I think that you are making. Much like all the steps think that you are taking. Much like my poor heart, you keep breaking. I am watching you. See life drip from the eyes of your victims. It must have been a joke. while I stand and watch you choke. Much like all the words that slither from your red lips, much like the seductive swinging of my full hips, much like the look in your eyes when I slip and fall. Much like all the letters burning in the bonfire that I never sent, so you would never know the truth about the little girl behind the big liar. Where did my innocence go? I am watching you. I see pain in your step as you walk away. It must have been a dream, 'cause nothing is as it seems. Much like all the tears falling from my green eyes, much like all the fears I'm trying to leave behind, much like how I say I'm not losing my mind. I'm not losing my mind. I'm not losing my mind. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ooh, the power of Christ compels my poor crippled wrist. Jeezy crazy. So many people have come and gone on the Instagram live. Are you still here? None of you is still here. It's fine. Go over to Twitch. You should be on Twitch anyway. The sound is better. The video is better. Everything is better on Twitch. Whew. Everything's better on Twitch. Rowdy Bones gang, indeed, Kendra. The rowdiest bones in the zone, that's for sure. How do y'all like my setup tonight? I decided to go with the other side of the room. It's a very crazy intergalactic experience as far as what is the setup here. There are lots of things dangling from the computer to where I am. The phone where I am looking at all of your information right now is strapped to one of my sewing machines, which is like right there. And you have full display of how messy it is on my work table. But as Ginny G said to me earlier, a clean workspace is an unused workspace. Oh, thank you for saying cool samurai hair. It's got a Harry Potter wand in it. Because that's the kind of person I am. Because I haven't changed since I was a small child. Excuse me. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure you share that shit. Let's go over to Twitter and be like, hi, why aren't you here? What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now and why aren't you on my Twitch? Boop. 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 Oh, also, heads up, tomorrow, forgot to mention this before, I will be attempting to do my first rerun on Twitch. I am an affiliate here, which means you can tip me with bits as well as subscribe to my channel. All of these things, this means that I can actually earn money with streaming. And I have earned, well, it's not like a crazy amount of money, more money than I expected to earn my first month on Twitch for sure. I was definitely not expecting, honestly, anything over like $20, but it is more than $20, so I am excited about it. I will be attempting my first rerun tomorrow. I used to do these on Facebook. Hi, Facebook, by the way, if you're watching. I haven't seen any comments from you, though, so it seems like everybody maybe made their way elsewhere. I used to do these on Facebook on the Thursday after the Lullaby Lounge, that I would do a replay of the night before for people who were in the UK so that they could still chat with me and hang out even if they didn't make it live, or just for people who, you know, couldn't make it on Wednesday nights. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing my rerun again at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, aka London time, which I think is noon Pacific. That seems right. No, is it 1 Pacific? I always forget if it's 3 or 4 because I divide the country up into 4 and then I go back and I'm like, it's 3. It's noon Pacific. No, it's 1 Pacific. Fuck. If you're in the the Pacific Coast and I am fucking you up right now, I am sorry. But I will be doing my replay again tomorrow. So if you want to hang out and watch this again tomorrow afternoon, you can totally do that. Come hang out with me again, and I will be typing instead of playing, so I'll be able to actually like chat back and forth with you in the chat versus just kind of like being able to see what you say and then try and respond after I'm done performing, which is a little difficult. So I like doing the Lullaby Lounge replays because it means that I can, you know, like genuinely hang out with you a little bit more. What is this? Can I just like put an image up on the... That's weird. Oh, I guess you can play like packages on Instagram Live now. That's crazy. Who knew? Maybe I'll be using Instagram Live more as a tool. Holly, that is why I almost always try to say Hawaii Standard Time. So that you don't have to be worried about figuring out the time zones. I try to do it if I can remember. But I don't remember what 4 p.m. is. I think it's like 10 a.m. where you are. Like you're 6 behind, right? Who knows? What is time? It's fake. We made it up anyway. So this song, I'm going to have to look at lyrics on my phone because it's newer. But I really love playing it, and I've been wanting to play it more because a lot of people like my song Blood and Bone, and I think that, you know what, Instagram, I think I'm gonna make you go see me elsewhere. I think it's time for me to close this so I can use this for other things. Hi, sorry, go to Twitch. Love you, bye. And now... delete that shit. I have other things to do, y'all. Delete that shit. Goodbye. Goodbye. You lose. Here we go. A lot of people like my song Blood and Bone, and... Oh, yay, welcome. Hi. Oh my gosh. Did you say, are you in Japan? That's incredible. Welcome. Welcome to the Catriarchy. I'm so happy that you could join us. Isn't it like 9 a.m. there? Crazy. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you could. Oh, yay. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Please share the stream if you are enjoying it. Wherever you are enjoying it, please share it there. Ideally on Twitch, but if you don't get Twitch and you don't do Twitch and the future scares you, then I understand. And you can share me wherever you are currently viewing my work. But I'm about to sing a song that I haven't recorded yet. I don't think I've even recorded a demo of it, actually, because I I wanted to, sometimes I need to sit with a song a little bit longer in order to figure out what it's supposed to sound like. Like, I have a basic idea and I kind of like sketch it out. And then sometimes it'll just sit around for a little bit longer. Sometimes I'll immediately record it and then forget it. And that sort of tends to be what happens around when I make records, is that I write songs for the record and I record them, and then they just completely leave my brain. Like, once I've put them down, it's just like, when you, like, you have something in your hand and you go into another room and you accidentally set it down and you're like, that's what my brain is like when I write music. I like have it in my hand and I'm like, great. And I'm just like, I'm just going to set it down for a second and go do other stuff. And when I come back, it's like, what was that song? And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. So sometimes it's better for me to just let songs percolate for a little bit before I produce any kind of recorded version of them. And this is one of those songs. I started writing it because I read this spell from The Coloring Book of Shadows, which, if you are a person who likes meditative coloring, and you're like witchy like that, you should check out The Coloring Book of Shadows. It's actually a genuinely very good witchcraft resource for like beginner witches, as far as like figuring out what times of the moon spells are good for, and things like that, like to figuring out your color associations and learning beginner candle magic and stuff of the sort. And the images are nice and simple but well drawn. It's just got some really nice magical imagery in it for coloring, and one of the spells in it is a spell of self-power. And I am not a prayer person. I don't like talk out loud to a deity very often. I have maybe a few times. I don't necessarily know that I believe in a deity. I believe that witchcraft has power over us because we believe in it, which I think is true of basically anything. And if we want to believe in witchcraft, then that's the thing that can have power over us. But there's a spell in it that's for self-power, and the words of the spell were, I am the magic, I am the guide, the magic is power, the magic is inside. And I didn't want to just say it out loud because I felt goofy, so I sang it. And as I started repeating it, I was like, you know what, I think I could actually write a whole song like based off of this. And the woman who wrote Coloring Book of Shadows actually has, I guess I posted a video of it on Instagram at one point, and she has responded and said that she enjoys it. So that's nice. It was a sort of a collaborative effort between myself and another artist, even as incidentally as it was. So I'm gonna play you this song I wrote that is tentatively called The Magic. But if you hear another lyric in it that you're like, actually, I think that's the lyric that I hear as the title, because I have a tendency to title things sort of in a Fall Out Boy kind of way, like, I'm gonna name this an abstract concept that is connected to the songwriting process and not necessarily related to, or whatever the fuck. Like, I do it based on my vague concepts of what songs are supposed to sound like, and then people call them other things to refer to them colloquially, and I kind of wish that I had just named the song that in the first place. So if you hear anything in the song and you're like, actually, I think the song should be named that, then let me know in the comments. I would be absolutely thrilled to have feedback of that nature. I am the magic, I am the guide. Magic is power, power is inside. Oh, oh. I am the magic, I am the guide. The magic is power, the power is inside. The power is inside. Fighting battles I alone can't win. Asking God for too damn long to save me from my sins. Oh, Holy Father, never magic is mine. I had it this whole time. I can see past my disease and know I'm good inside. I might not be perfect, but at least I'm trying. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. The magic is mine. I had it this whole time. I can see past my disease and know I'm good inside. Not be perfect, but at least I'm trying. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. And I am the magic. I am the guide. The magic is power. The power is inside. I am the magic. I am the guide. Magic is power. The power is inside. The power is inside. Hey, aw, thanks, y'all. You think it should be called The Magic? Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Comedy Quiche and Mel and Holly. Oh, Restream was like, you've got over 100 chats. Thanks, Restream. Oh, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. I didn't play it exactly like I played it last night. Last night, I feel like I fucked myself over because I played the way I think it should be, so I kind of goofed it up a little bit. But, oh, yay. I'm so glad you can be there. So last night, I fucked myself over, and I performed it for myself, and I did it exactly the way I wanted it to. And I totally, like, I goof myself up because whenever the rehearsal goes really, really well, you know that the performance of whatever it's going to be is not going to be as good, and that's totally what happened here. So yeah, I guess the magic is the way it is for now, or I am the magic. All right, I've got one more song, and then I will be taking a little bit of a break. So, this song is all right, I am going to play one more song, which, by the way, you can get all of my music, not that last one because I just wrote it, but or I wrote it more recently. But you can get the two other songs I've played tonight. Oh crap, I forgot one of the other songs I was supposed to play, but it's fine because I am already tuned to this song. So actually, I might not be taking a break as earlier as I thought I was because I looked at the set list and it was backwards. Nope, we're gonna go back to the plan. This will be the first cover of the night. And then we're going to go into the song that you can get on everywhere. If you're enjoying what I do here tonight, please head over to katenix.com/tips and leave a couple buckaroos in my tip jar. It is very much appreciated, and it genuinely helps me. I cannot explain to you how those little $3 amounts that you think are nothing and you think someone else is going to come do it, I guarantee you, if you're thinking about it and you're genuinely considering it, you're one of the very few who has even gone as far to consider it. For every 1,000 people that say they like my work, maybe one person buys it. Well, let's go to like 100. So there is literally maybe 1% of my viewership who will consistently buy my work. So if you're one of those people that's like, you know what? I am going to be Kate Nix's hero tonight. It is me. I will be the one to save Kate Nix's life. Head over to katenix.com/tips and drop a couple bucks in my tip jar, or head over to katenix.com/music and drop a couple bucks on my Bandcamp, which is the best place to get music from me. And if you're like, Kate, I don't got that money. I don't have money to give you. I am but a poor goblin. I understand, because I too am a poor goblin. And poor goblins like us got to stick together. So if you're enjoying what you see tonight and hear tonight, make sure you share the fuck out of this stream, as well as stream my music on Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, what have you. Wherever you listen to music, please be listening to Kate Nix on the daily. Just put me on in the background when you're listening to other stuff. Put me on your Spotify playlist. It genuinely helps your girl, even if you're not spending direct dollars on my art. I do make like 0.03 cents per play. So if you play a song 200 times, I make $1 on Spotify-ish, depending on how they do. So if you like the stuff, make sure you let me know, either by telling me directly with your words, sharing the stream, telling a friend, telling a family member, getting your significant other to listen to my work finally. Maybe your boyfriend's girlfriend is, also a weirdo, because obviously you date the same dude, so you're clearly both weird. You should probably recommend my music to her too. I feel like if I pull the lyrics up, I'm just gonna look at them and fuck myself up, so we'll see how this goes. I can't just make everything I say into a t-shirt. Besides, there's a really special merch design coming, and it's going to be really important. My friend Melika is making it, and they're working really hard, and it looks really beautiful, so just hold your tiny horses. If we get up to 30 viewers consecutively, I will make whatever quote into a t-shirt that you want, Jack Mirth. If you can get 30 viewers here at the same time, we have 20 right now, so that's a tall order, but you've got over half of the set lists left. If you can make that happen, if y'all can make that happen, I will release a t-shirt tomorrow with whatever dumb bullshit I have said on it tonight that you want. Sunshine in a bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I ain't happy, feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on, is coming on. Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Time for me is nothing, 'cause I'm counting the wage. No, you couldn't be there. You shouldn't be scared. Good at repairs. Under each snare, intangible. Bet you didn't think so. I command you to. Panoramic view. Gonna make it all manageable. Pick and choose, fit and lose. All your chicks and dudes. Picture you really getting to the picture too. Picture you getting down with your picture too. Like you lit the fuse. You think it's fictional, mystical, maybe spiritual. Hero appears to you to clear your view when you're too crazy, lifeless to know the definition for what life is. Priceless, 'cause I'm the one that put you on that hype shit. You like it? Gun smoking righteous with one token. Psychic among those possess you with one dose. With one dose. I ain't happy. I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, not for long. My future is coming on. I ain't happy, feeling glad. I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on, is coming on. The essence, the basics, without it you make it. Allow me to make this childlike in nature rhythm. You have it or you don't, that's a fallacy. I'm in them. Every sprouting tree, every child and beast, every cloud you see. You see with your eyes, I see corruption in disguise, destruction and demise from your fucking enterprise. So I suck it to your lies through rust, though not as muscle, but the percussion he provides. Me as a guide, y'all can see me now, cause you don't see with your eyes, you perceive with your mind. That's the inner, so I must dig around with rest and be a mentor. Bust a few rhymes so motherfuckers remember where the start is. I brought all this so you can survive when the law is lawless. Feeling sensations that you thought were dead. No squealing, remember that it's all in your head. In your head. I ain't happy, feeling glad. I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on. I ain't happy, feeling glad. I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on, is coming on. My future is coming on, is coming on, is coming on. My future is coming on, is coming on, is coming on. My future is coming on, is coming on, is coming on. My future is coming on, 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 is coming on. My future. Thank y'all. I have not recorded that cover yet. No, I have not. I've been covering that song for 14 years though, ish. Also, yes, remember to like the stream. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Remember to boop the schloops, all the buttons, you gotta press them. If you're like, oh, where do I press? Ask Holly. Holly knows which buttons to press. If you're like, who's Holly? Holly is my moderator. She's the tech fairy. If you see my name and then there's a little arrow and then it says, nope, tech fairy, that's Holly. Holly also helps control some of the things behind the scenes here. But here's the fucking thing. Holly's in Hawaii and I am in Philadelphia. And Holly is just using the spirit of her freaking heart out of kindness and righteousness to help keep things in some modicum of order around here. So if you have any questions, ask Holly in the chat. She's pretty much always around for the things that I do, which is just mind-blowingly cool of her. So, yeah, you gotta boop all the schloops. You gotta click subscribe, you gotta click like, you gotta share with the bits, you gotta subscribe on Twitch. You gotta go to cadenix.com/tips and leave me some capitalist validation units. Cause I don't know, there are worse things you've spent $3 on than independent artistry. I can guarantee that. As someone who has bought a hamburger from a Wendy's recently, I understand not wanting to give up any money because you want to put it on other things, but I will be your Wendy's hamburger. Let me feel you. Don't give me money that you would have given to food. I'm just saying that even if it's a little, it's just as important as if you could give a lot. And if you don't want to do the Patreon thing because you're not ready for that type of commitment, Ko-fi, cadenix.com/tips is the best place to do that. All right, we have one more song before the break, and then I'm gonna go pee. Oh, we are at 32 viewers. So, I guess I'm gonna make you a dumb t-shirt. If we can get to 40 viewers, I will release a second stupider t-shirt. And if you're like, Kate, how do I suggest what dumb thing you put on a shirt? Listen, dumb and amazing are the same thing. Sometimes. If you would like some part of the bullshit that I have spat at you this evening to be turned into something you could wear on your mortal form, continue sharing that stream and getting people into the chat to hang out. I much appreciate it. Oh, well, now from saying that, I dropped down to 24 people. So, never mind, you don't get your shirt. That's to stay consistently at 30 when I can see it. Sorry, y'all. You're gonna have to bring it back up. That's the life of an independent artist. You're like, look, success. Nope, I lied. It's taken away from you in a second. Gotta keep chugging. Gotta keep doing the same thing over and over every day. So share the stream is what I'm saying. I'm about to go hard on this song. Like, too hard probably, which is why it's the song before the break. Because one, I have to pee really bad. So I'm going to bring you that I have to pee energy for this song. Also, and it's in a modified drop D. So the fact that I had to change my guitar's tuning means you know that things are about to get real. If you can get me to 40 consistent viewers, Mel, I will put I'll be your Wendy's hamburger on a shirt just for you. I pinky promise. Mr. Red, did you know that we start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard now? Because it is no longer a 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time party. We have changed the time. I've been going for just under an hour now, after the video package opener. Just for the future, just something you should know. I'm no saint, I have my sins. I let who I thought I was win. Lost my soul to nonchalance. I cannot tell what pain I've caused. My body's here, my heart is not. The worst wage is hardly fought. At this cost, where do I go? I pray to gods I barely know. With wine and fire, with blood and bone. Drink I burn, I bleed alone. God help me now, I've lost my way. And so I bend my knees and pray. With wine, with fire, with blood, with bone. With wine, with fire, with blood, with bone. Can't say what I've sacrificed so that my ego could survive. Could not have been left less whole. I cut apart my heart and soul on every stage. I left a piece to acquiesce. My devotees gave away all I could see, and now there's nothing left for me. With wine and fire, blood and bone, drink drink, I burn, I bleed alone. God help me now, I've lost my way. And so I bend my knees and pray with wine, with fire, with blood, with bone, with wine, with fire, with blade, with bone. Give me saints, for I've sinned. I've let my lesser morals win. Gave away all that I could, and now I might be done for good. Spotlight to reveal my path, audience to stand and clap. I pray to God, but don't believe. Drink, I burn, I swear I'll bleed. With wine and fire, with blood and bone. Lights are off, the curtains close. Lock the door and toss the key. My secrets are what set me free. With wine and fire, blood and bone. Lights are off, the curtains close. So lock the door and toss the key. My secrets are what set me free. All right, it is time for me to go pee now.
Alright, now it's time for me to take a break. Buy my stuff.
Sup, you want to buy this shirt? You can at katenix.com/merch. But this isn't the only shirt available. You can also buy this shirt, or this shirt, or this shirt, which is available in 14 different classes, including Druid, Rogue, Dungeon Master, and so many more. What are you waiting for? Let's match! Hey! And we're back. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. I'm married to wrestling. I have no choice but to be a fan of it. All right. So, thank you everyone for sticking around through the break. Well, we didn't keep everyone, but just a heads up, if we keep the stream consistently at 30 viewers, which is right now, it's at 23. So if we consistently keep it at 30 viewers, I will make a t-shirt out of whatever dumb thing I say tonight that you feel like attaching yourselves to. Right now, the only suggestion is I will be your Wendy's hamburger. Which honestly, I've said funnier things. But if you want a t-shirt of I will be your Wendy's hamburger, and you get the stream consistently to 30 viewers at the same time, then I have agreed to this. It is a fey contract, and I can no longer renege. This is a song off my last record as well. A song that I wrote because it got stuck in my head. Oh, if you're just joining us because someone shared this with you. Hi, my name is Kate. I play music. Kind of not like for a living. As part of my living. I make my living doing lots of creative things, and playing music is one of those things. And every Wednesday I hang out here on Twitch or YouTube, and I play music for you live so that we can hang out and talk about our day. And, I get a chance to play music for some people. This is my space to do that because I live with chronic illness of an indeterminate nature, sort of like a fibromyalgia nerve pain situation. And it means that I can't leave my home very often. So I take these times where we interact with each other online I really take it to heart, and I'm so thankful that you've chosen to spend some of your Wednesday evening with me. We are now starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We were starting at 9 p.m. consistently for the last 7 or 8 months, but it is 2020, and your girl is almost 30 and would like to go to bed earlier. So now we start every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, which is also, I had a little graphic up before now that had like all the time zones. So it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, and 1 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I know, not super convenient. So if you are in the UK and you're like, bitch, I am tired, or you have friends in the UK and you're like, bitch, they are tired, they can't watch your show. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing my first ever rerun on twitch.tv/Kate Nix. So if you show up at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, you will see a rerun of this here Lullaby Lounge. It's my first attempt at it. We will see how it goes. I'm newly affiliated, so I don't necessarily know the inner workings of Twitch so much. You're all coming on this journey with me. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Tomorrow, Thursday, which is already today there, I guess. Today, 9 p.m., but it's also... The early hours of the morning are very confusing. We should have a different way to do this. I wish we just did this on the 24-hour cycle like the military sometimes. Anyway, this is a song I wrote about. I didn't think it was anyone in particular, but as I get older, I think it's just something that's maybe a little bit closer to my heart than I would like to admit. sunset stared back as she swung her feet against the guardrail, her hair in pigtails. Every tall tale she told was in her teeth. Her mother said that fibbers were the devil's kin and kind. She wouldn't get anywhere by telling all those lies. Annabelle was happier when playing in her mind, so she lied. Oh, she lied. Annabelle sat next to the train tracks. Sky was so black she couldn't see the stars. Against the stoplight, neon bar signs, she knew it was time to find a new front yard. She packed her journals and her comb, a necklace made of shells, and her mother told her she was going straight to hell. But the devil's playground was better than standing still, said Annabelle, Annabelle. Annabelle sat next to the train tracks, and she looked back, but she felt no fear. She said a prayer. Home was nowhere, home was somewhere, but it wasn't here. I have waited all my life to go out on my own. This place cannot contain me, I don't care if I'm alone. If I travel far enough, the road can feel like home, and so I go. If you enjoyed that song, hit up my tip jar, katenix.com/tips. At some point, I will have like a little commercial for each one of these things with the puppets. That's the plan. I just haven't gotten around to recording it. But I desperately want to have like interstitial things where I can just be like, bam, katenix.com/tips, and then a little video plays. That's the dream, ain't it? I might have to get some kind of device where I can like operate that from here though. Is that a thing? I've heard about like stream switching things, and I don't know if I can like operate OBS from where I'm sitting. If you know more about Twitch than I do, which is maybe some of you, I don't know how many people who are just wandering the halls of Twitch just showed up and are like, maybe this bitch is fine. This bitch is mostly not fine, but doing okay at this exact moment. And I would like to know that information if you have it, or if you know where to get it. If you do not have it and you don't know where to get it, don't give me an arbitrary suggestion related to nothing that you don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you are a Twitch person and you have that information, or you know Twitch people and you can get that information simply, by all means, give me a suggestion. But if you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about and want to help and are just making mouth noises because you want to help, not because you have information, that's about serving you and your needs and not actually about the situation. I hate to break it to you, and I'm sorry for getting real, but that is just the truth. I get a lot of comments from well-meaning people who are like, here's a suggestion related to fucking nothing, and or something you probably already knew. And I'm like, this was great. I asked for help from people who knew what they were talking about, but this is fine. I just have to be nice to you because I don't want you to leave away. I don't want you to leave and be like not involved in the Catriarch anymore because I was, kind of cunty that day. But it's something I think about consistently, where I'm like, people regularly are like, you should have a website. And I'm like, where do you think my links go? When I say knix.com/tips, do you think there's no root website for these things? I have a katenix.com. Do the math. There is a thing called a Stream Deck, Ella. You are right. But is it a thing that I can like plug in over there and have over here? Hit me up in the group chat. By the way, if you follow me on Instagram and you want to be involved in the Lullaby Lounge group chat, where we, chit-chat about stuff and talk about what's going to be happening on the Lullaby Lounge, and, just, hang out, chill, hit me up on Instagram at I am Kate Nix and send me a DM and I will add you to the group chat. Mr. Red, I do not take requests in the moment, and I will tell you why. Here's why. Because I am not actually like magic. Like, I am a magical person. But I cannot manifest something out of literally nothing. And a lot of times when people request me stuff, I don't either know the source material or I'm not familiar enough with the song to be able to pull it out. So it means that I would have to look up the song in the moment, try to learn it in the moment, and then play it. And I don't have the ability to do that. I am not a sight reader. I have to practice a couple times at least before I get a song down. So I always take requests before the Lullaby Lounge, at least a couple days. I might actually start making it like a week ahead, so that I have time to prepare, because I want to be able to do whatever song you requested justice. So I don't do in the moment requests unless that has been dictated in the stream in some way, or it's like a special thing. Like I did in the moment requests for my birthday last year, and that was fun, but it made the stream even longer than it is already, and it was a little bit exhausting. But it's just hard for me to like be able to boop, here you go, here's a fully formed song. And I am often not familiar with the things people are requesting, so I like to, have some time to prepare. I don't want to just shit out some garbage because you asked for it and I'm trying to fulfill a need that I can't necessarily fulfill. So if you want to request songs, you can hit me up on any of my social media. You can request things on my Twitter or on Instagram or wherever. And you can also join the Discord at katenix.com/chat. And there's a whole channel in there for discussing what's going to happen on the Lullaby Lounge. And thank you, Holly, for the link. katenix.com is at katenix.com. I know it seems like a lot of rules for a fairyland, but your girl needs structure in order to thrive. Yeah. This is one of the newest songs I've released. I just released a demo for it on Spotify, as in, not like just like as in I just did it recently, but just as in that is the only track that is available is a demo. I'm considering not actually re-recording it because I kind of like how it sounds the way it is. So you can find this song as one of my most recent releases on any streaming platform. Watching as the fire consumes us, waiting, praying for the rain. I want to help, but I feel helpless, like there's nothing I can change. Who am I if I'm not giving? Who am I if I receive? How can I just keep on living? watching others as they bleed. I know that I'm supposed to see a light out there in front of me, but I see only darkness up ahead. I know that I'm supposed to find some way to keep my peace of mind, but I fear the only peace I'll find is death. Watching as the clock keeps ticking, waiting, praying for release. I can feel my conscience slipping as I fade back into sleep. I know that I'm supposed to fight. I know that none of this is right, but I can barely stand on my 2 feet. I want to be your heroine. I want to love my home again. But this burlesque reveals no part for me. Just what am I supposed to do when lies have gone and murdered truth? When hearts cannot be heard over the screens? The ghost of our democracy is not enough to comfort me. And if I must, I'll fight to live my dreams. If I must, I'll fight to live my dreams. So I scared people away clearly with how particular I am about my requests. One day I will do a request when you say it situation, but I don't just have like an unending amount of music in my head, so I tend to not do that stuff anymore. It's very difficult for me. But all of my rules clearly scared people away because we have been consistently at lower viewers, which honestly I try not to take to heart. I'm very grateful that every single one of you is here, whether or not you slip in and out of the chat or whatever, or however long you stay. Obviously, I'm grateful for any audience. But you know, it was nice to see those 30 people there for a second. Make sure you share the stream because this is the last song and you don't want your buds to miss the end of the Lullaby Lounge, do ya? Though, I will say, it might not be too lullaby-y because this song gets crazy, I will say. I'm going to leave it at that. But before I go, make sure you like, you subscribe, you head over to Twitch, you subscribe on Twitch because you've got Amazon Prime. And if you have Amazon Prime, that means you get Twitch Prime for free. And that means that you can squirrel away some of the money that you normally give to Jeff Bezos and just shoot it on over to my Twitch channel at no cost to you. Yes, Jeff Bezos will be paying me directly because you clicked some buttons. Now, doesn't that sound nice? Sure does. So Google how to get Twitch Prime when you've got Amazon Prime and set that shit up and then come back to my channel and subscribe because really it's literally no additional cost to you. You probably already have, regrettably, Amazon Prime. And don't you wish that some of the money that you were going to give to Jeff Bezos goes to an independent creator? Don't you just wish that? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that just be swell? Also, obviously, follow me on the things at IamKateNix on Twitter and Instagram. Fuck Facebook. Go straight to hell, Narc Fuckerberg. But yeah, follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch and YouTube and or honestly the Twitch and the YouTube, they're either or. Same with the Twitter, really. Some of those things overlap a little bit because I am doing my best. But I pretty consistently try to put different things on each platform. And really, Twitter is where I'm at most of the time. I love the Twitter interaction platform because it reminds me of being on forums. And I used to love forums when I was a teenager. And I feel like Twitter is the forum, as it were. So yeah, you can hang out with you there. But if you want somewhere a little bit more private, if you're like, I don't want to talk to you on the public internet, that sounds like a lot, you can head over to katenix.com/chat and become a member of my Discord server. You can join the Catriarchy. It is free. Does not cost you money. You don't have to pay for Discord. And it's a private space where only members of the Catriarchy chill and, talk about what we talk about. We discuss the Lullaby Lounge there. We discuss my Monday evening chat show, Bug Soup. I haven't necessarily decided on a topic for this week's Bug Soup. It might be something a little bit lighter because we've been getting pretty intense over there. I kind of wanted to say something, not so aggressive and intense and very much like therapy because I just, sometimes you just need a little break from that stuff. But now, it's fucking time. I have been covering this song since I was 16 years old. And if you follow me, you might know, if you follow me for some time, you might already know what song that is. It's going to be the final song, because after I sing this, I will not be singing anything else tonight. Honestly, I should probably back up a little bit, or maybe shift the mic back, maybe just turn down the gain. I'm going to turn down the gain. Remember to head over to katenix.com/tips if you had a good time tonight and you don't want to head over to the Patreon, which is the monthly commitment. We're in a serious relationship sort of situation. If you just want to go on a couple of casual dates, head over to katenix.com/tips and drop a couple bucks in the tip jar. Obviously, if you can't do the tips or the Patreon, then feel free to just share the shit all the time forever. I mean, seriously, if you shared my Spotify link once a week, I would worship you. That is not a joke. Not a fucking joke. I'm not lying when I say I'd worship you. Are you ready to rock? I feel like Jack Black when I talk like this. I was playing it the wrong key. That's why it was weird. I was like, why does this sound wrong? I was playing in the wrong key. Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Something wasn't right here. Oh, pretty baby, I shouldn't have let you go. Now you're out of sight, yeah. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now what we got. My you wouldn't do. It's not the way I planned it. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now what we got. My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe I'm not with you. I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here and give me a sign. Hit me, baby. My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign.
With me, baby, one more time.
All right. That was fun, ain't it? Wasn't that fun? Make sure y'all are back here next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. That is 1 hour earlier than we were starting before, and we're going to consistently start at or around 8 p.m. I have started doing around a 10-minute pre-roll before I start. Unfortunately, I did the thing this week where I forgot to change the stream name and then I had to start it over again. I'm not going to do that next week because I've made the mistake twice now, and fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I am not going to do that next week. I'm not going to fuck it up. Things are going to go fine. None of this stuff is going to stall. This is, I'm making no promises. This is not legitimately happening. We did get over 30 viewers consistent on more than once tonight. So I will maybe do one t-shirt of whatever dumb thing I said, or according to Jack, amazing thing that I said tonight. Right now, the only vote has been for I'll be your Wendy's hamburger, which I'm not super pumped about. Anyway, if you enjoyed tonight, please subscribe here on Twitch. Tip me with the bits. I am sorry if you subscribed during the stream and I wasn't able to shout you out. I don't have a system right now that gives me the ability to be able to see all that stuff at once yet. I am working on it consistently. And if you want to contribute to making sure that I get that equipment, that I get that software, please head over to katenix.com/tips and drop a couple bucks in the tip jar, or subscribe to my Patreon at katenix.com/join. You see, if I had more I think if I had a stream switchy guy, I could hit a thing and then like a thing would pop up when I said that, and that would be helpful because then I wouldn't just have to be like, bah, words, and you're like, what words did you say? Katniss.com/boys, and I'm like, no, katenix.com/join, and you're like, bearnips.com/loins, and I'm like, no, katenix.com/join, and you're like, greattips.com/groin, and I'm like, what is with the junk stuff? No, katenix.com/join, or you can check out katenix.com/tips, and you're like, katniss.com/bitch, and I'm like, Jesus, no, katenix.com/tips. Anyway, if you enjoyed the stream tonight, leave all the love wherever you want to leave it. I will be various places on the internet at I am Kate Nix on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to join the Instagram group chat, you can DM me on Instagram. I answer most of them unless you're being weird or showing me your dick. And if you want to talk to me in a private internet space away from the prying eyes of the public, you can head over to katenix.com/chat and join the Discord. I am on there every day, so it is a pretty great place to hang out with me. I consider it like my little cafe. What if I just put all of those fake URLs on a shirt? Just put all the fake URLs on a shirt. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I was lovely partying with y'all. If you have friends in the UK, let them know that tomorrow I'm going to attempt my first rerun on Twitch of this stream at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, 9 p.m. British Standard / Greenwich Mean Time, and I will see you elsewhere on the interwebs. Take us away past me. Ooh, why won't you work? It would be great if it would work. Please like, and subscribe.
We can't guarantee it's worth it. You don't know if you don't try before we say goodbye. There is one more little thing to help us out if you don't mind. To show us you really care, give this video a share. And though we are sad to watch you go, we'll see you in the comments down below. I like singing with you, Kate.
I like singing with you too, Moxie.
The end.